trees, I'm keeping watch. All that is storming, waking up and turning on, keeping the light on, righting all the wrongs, keeping our sights on everything we want. We catch our breath in the middle of it all, chasing echoes. Sun is coming up over the roof, it's coming. Crystal vision. Like a fever, burning up, yeah, we're on fire. True believer, we're walking on the wire. I can see on the horizon all at once. We can feel it, chasing the light is all we know. Chasing the light is all we know. Can't stop it, I won't let it go.
Hey everybody, Brad with Full Spectrum Survival here with another survival short. We recently discussed purchasing rice in bulk, putting it into Mylar bags and inside of 5-gallon buckets. It's versatile, it's calorie rich so that you're going to be able to put calories out. There's so much you can do with it. It's already mostly dried. It's a great survival food or preparedness food. Chip Signal recently asked, how do we cook rice? A lot of people use rice cookers. There's a lot of different methods. Kelly has a specific stovetop or propane stove method that she uses, but I wanted to show you something that is great for survival that each one of us can do, because in a disaster setting, you're going to need two things: water, which you're going to need to treat to make it safe to drink, and you're going to need food. So of course you're going to need to find water. Your disaster setting is going to require you to find local water sources. One thing that we advocate is that people take an aerial map, Google Maps is fine, and start marking down your water sources. Laminate those papers so that you know exactly around your current living situation, whether that's an apartment or your home, maybe you live at your retreat location, that you know where your water sources are. We're thankful enough to have an additional water source right down the property here, so we can go pick up water. Now, what are you going to do with it? That water can have cryptosporidium, giardia, a whole bunch of other nasty stuff inside of it, so you're going to need to boil it in many cases to make it safe to drink. Well, if you're preparing food, you're going to say, I don't want to waste my water on preparing food. A lot of people then choose to go with canned foods or different items that don't use as much water. That's an option, but it's also an option to boil your rice. Okay, so I've got my pot here. This is one that I don't mind throwing on the campfire. I'm just making a small pack of rice for me today. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on, get some water into it, get my rice in, and let it start boiling just like you would noodles.
Can't stop it, I won't let it go. Like a fever, burning up, yeah, we're on fire. True believer, we're walking on the wire.
Okay, well now you've got a little bit of time to kill. Put a cup of rice inside of there, and you can really use as much rice as you want. You want at least double the water over top of the rice. This is going to allow the rice to become saturated by the time that it's cooked thoroughly, and you're going to have some water left over to drink. Now in the nation of India, where they conserve a lot of their things that we throw away, from their cooking water to their scraps, things like that, they really make the most, a lot of people in India do, out of each and every meal. That's the way we have to think in a disaster setting. So when this rice is done, I'm going to have rice-enriched water afterwards to drink. Back in the day, back in the Depression, back in wartime, they would give rice water and even flour water to people who couldn't stomach other foods, other solid foods. So it's a way to enrich your water. Plus, you're going to be bringing it to a boil. It's going to be safe to drink. It's really a great method. So as you can see from our setting here, the way that we rotate our food stores is we take our rice out of our Mylar bags, so we'll buy it in bulk, and preserve it. We take it out of our Mylar bags and put it into a 5-gallon bucket for that month or those 2 months worth of food. We go through about a 5-gallon bucket every month, I would say. Maybe a little bit less, just about 10% less. Because we don't want to have 5-gallon buckets just sitting around the house, it's not as appealing as some other items. We take it and put it inside of a gallon glass like this. So we had the 5-gallon bucket up on the loft. We go upstairs, put it in the gallon glass, and this gallon glasses sit on our shelves with flour, rice, sugar, brown sugar, powdered sugar, and a couple of other bulk or staple food items inside of them. This is where we cook out of usually. This will go right from the glass straight into the pot. We cook like this every single day at home. Okay, so we're at a hard boil here. If it does start to steam over like that, what happens is when the starch is cooking, it'll give you foam. You can just tip the lid like that. You could take it off altogether, but you want to preserve as much of that heat inside as you can. So we just tip the lid just a little bit. Keep it at a hard boil, and you're going to want to let this go for around 10 minutes. You're going to want to test your rice at about the 8-minute mark. It's really impossible to overcook it, but what you'll do is turn it into mush, like a rice paste, and you don't really want that. You still want there to be some texture. Just take a fork, pull it out. Of course, don't put it right in your mouth. It's going to be over 100 degrees. It's going to be a lot like a rice soup. I'm sure you've had rice soup before. So what I do from here is I'm going to drain the water into my cup, and then I'll just eat right out of the bowl. I'm going to season it with some turmeric and some salt. Okay, so what I have here is my rice is cooked all the way through. It's soft all the way through. There's no crunch in the middle. I've got boiled, purified, and rice-enriched water over here in my stainless steel cup. And I like to add turmeric into my diet for anti-inflammatory and blood-thinning properties. It also has a lot of other great things that help with blood pressure. So if I'm not adding garlic, I'm adding turmeric in. Turmeric goes a long way, but you also need a lot of it to help. It really, to be able to be on par with like warfarin, you need a great deal of it throughout the day. Turmeric is not bioavailable by itself. It becomes bioavailable with black pepper. So you're going to need, and you can look this up on the National Institute of Health. You can find this information out for yourself. You're going to need them to add them both to a degree that is palatable for you. For me, it has to get just about as yellow as you would get the yellow rice that you would buy from the store. But that Vigo yellow rice has MSG and a whole bunch of other nasty stuff in it, and I'm not a big fan. So I add my turmeric, my black pepper, bring it to a nice rich yellow, and then I'm going to add some salt to taste. Like I said, I watch my salt intake, so I'm not going to add too much. Just a pinch. Everybody still needs salt. And see how it is. That's good. So here's a great way for you to boil your food stores, boil rice as your food store. You're still going to have water left over. It's just like kind of a thick water, especially if you're going to drink it with the rice. It pairs up really well so that it's not weird tasting or thick. It's almost just like you're taking a drink of water as you're eating the rice. Guys, I hope you'll try this now before a disaster strikes. Go out and get your rice, put it in buckets, start using it every single week, cooking it at home, adding it to recipes. It's a great way to prepare for a disaster. A special thank you to each one of our Patreon members for making this possible. We're only like 14 or 15 people away from making the Night Shift News a daily broadcast. Please check us out at patreon.com/full-spectrum-survival. See if joining our community there is something that you'd like to do. At the $10 level, Kelly and I create physical survival cards. We go out, take the photographs, add the tips, waterproof them, and mail them to you so that you have something physical in your mailbox each and every month. Consider joining us there and becoming a sponsor of the news. From Kelly and I to you and yours, please stay safe and keep watch.
See in the forest, for the trees I'm keeping watch. All that is storming, waking up and turning on.